This video is a short example on how to create a design section in structural bridge design that contains an unbonded pre-stressed tendon. First of all, we will start a new blank project. And I will add in some materials: basic concrete, grade 40, basic reinforcing steel, grade 500, and pre-stressing steel of a standard strength. You will notice some various parameters in this that would define the initial pre-stress force that's applied to the tendons. We can then create a design section that consists of a parametric shape. It's rectangular, 500 millimeters wide and 1 meter deep. I'm going to reference this based upon the center point of the soffit, and I'm going to place this at the origin. I will then assign the concrete material to this section, to this shape. I'm going to add in some reinforcement by drawing bars, or drawing a bar, 1 bar by 2 covers, and these will be 20 millimeter bars. Click on the corner, accept the 50 millimeter cover, and repeat that exercise for all the 4 corners. You'll notice that it's picked up the default material properties for reinforcement. Before I add tendons, I'm going to add a component to my section as a section element. This also is a parametric shape, but it's going to be a circle. The circle will have a diameter of 100 millimeters because it's the duct, and I'm going to reference this in relation to its center point, and I'm going to place this in line with the center but 300 millimeters above the soffit. This will remain as a void, as this forms the hole in the concrete. Now I can define a tendon, or multiple tendons, that will fit into that ducting. There's going to be one tendon. It's going to consist of 13 strands, each strand being 139 millimeters squared, and I'm going to place this at the center of the circle. By default it's going to snap to the grid, which will snap to 0 and 300, which is exactly where I want this to be. You will notice that the default force that's generated is 2514.35. This is based upon the material properties that we saw in the pre-stressed materials. So that's all there is in defining this particular section. And it's warning me about having one tendon inside the void element, which is why it is then unbonded. Now if I wanted to compare this section to one that is bonded, I can create another section and run 2 analyses on these sections. So I can select my first section and copy it, right mouse click and copy. I can rename this as bonded, and to make it bonded, all I need to do is to delete the circle. So now I have my original section but without the ducting. For completeness, I'm going to rename my first section as Unbonded. So now I have two sections that I can compare.